Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we are going to be trying 9 different semi-permanent hair color removers against each other and see which ones work the best. I did attempt this like a year or two ago, and it was kind of a fail because the wig I tried it on had mostly red, and if you know anything about semi-permanent hair color removers, they don't really work that well on red. Normally color oops will get red out, so it kind of just turned into a disaster. So I decided I needed to redo that video for educational purposes. So I went ahead, I dyed 9 different swatches ombre rainbow. We're gonna try all these different semi-permanent hair color removers against each other and see which one works the best. Let's run through the 9 different color removers I bought. The first color remover I got is of course the Schwarzkopf Bond Enforcing Color Remover. I love this one. This is like top 1 or 2 favorite semi-permanent hair color removers. Then we got Beyond the Zone Radical Color Remover. We got L'Oreal Effisol Color Remover, Strawberry Leopard Color Remover, Matrix So Color Cult, Pulp Riot Blank Canvas, L'Oreal Color Zap, Argan Oil Color Fix, and then Punky Color Color Off. This is one of my least favorite hair color removers. I'm gonna go ahead and mix all of these up real quick and then we will start applying, because if I mix on camera it's gonna take forever. So let me get everything mixed up and then we will start applying on the swatches. As I'm mixing this up, this Punky Color Off has been in my thing for like years. I don't think it works anymore. This is all dried out, so I'm actually gonna replace this with a new product. We're gonna use Color Oops, this new semi-permanent color remover instead. So I'm gonna mix this up in place of the Punky Color because this is dried out. It's definitely not gonna work. So I'm gonna toss this out because it is very old and we will use Color Oops instead. Some of these say you can either use water or a lower volume, like 10 volume developer. So just to keep it consistent across the board, any instructions that say you can use water or developer, I'm using a 10 volume developer for all of those. Obviously some of these come with their own developer in like a little kit or their own activator. So the ones that already had their activator with it, I just used the one that they came with obviously. But the rest that were just in the little packets that said water or developer, I'm just using 10 volume for all of them. So that way it's more of like a consistent, even playing field, you know? All right, I have everything poured up in the bowls. I'm gonna mix as we go so that way they're not sitting here activating. So let's go ahead and get my second camera angle set up and we will start swatching these one by one. All right, here are the swatches we're gonna be doing today. These are beautiful rainbow swatches. As you can see, we have all the colors in there. We have some pink on the end, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and then a little bit of red at the top. So let's go ahead and go through these. Like I said, I have not mixed them up yet. I just poured them in there. And of course I had to take tape and label each side of the bowl because obviously there's 9 different bowls here and I don't want to get them confused. First one is Matrix. I am going to split all of these swatches in half so that way we can get a good before and after of what the product does. Going in with the Matrix color remover. These all do have different processing times, of course. Some of them you can go up to 60 minutes. Some of them say do not exceed 20 or 30. So they all have different processing times. I'm going to let them all sit for 30 minutes. I feel like that's a good middle ground, a good in between. So once I get all this applied, I'm just going to let them all sit for 30 minutes. Here is Beyond the Zone. This one is definitely more of like a vitamin C type consistency. It's not like bleach. It doesn't smell like bleach or ammonia. This one is definitely different than the rest. You guys can see it's kind of like a clay-like consistency. It's much more dry and it doesn't have that bleach smell to it. Doesn't take your breath away. It seems like it's going to be a little bit more gentle. I probably have used this on myself, but honestly it's probably been quite a while since I've used it on myself, so I have no idea how well this is going to work. Going in with the Schwarzkopf one. I absolutely love this one. Okay, here we go. This is the first one we've had that's white. Some of them are white, some of them are blue, some of them are like that clay consistency. We even have one that is more of like a permanent like gel color, kind of looks like Wella toners, like the T18. So we've got a lot of different consistencies going on with all these different color removers. I do tend to like the white one because you can see what's happening. With the blue color removers, you're not able to see as well what's going on underneath the swatch. So I do tend to like the lighter, like clear or white color remover so that way you can constantly check on it. I love that one. It's just so smooth. Doesn't smell bad. We have Pulp Riot Blank Canvas. I actually really love this one too. I have used this one a few times and I really like this one. All right, going on with the Pulp Riot Blank Canvas. I used a bunch of different brands for the rainbow swatch. I didn't really pay attention to if they remove easily out of the hair. I just grabbed a whole bunch of different colors. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't choosing colors that I know come out of the hair super super easily because then any color remover would work on it, you know? I wanted to choose a plethora of different brands and different colors. A lot of the time people are not using the same color remover brand as they are with the color that's on their head. Some colors don't have their own dedicated color removal, so I feel like a lot of people mix and match, which is totally okay. A semi-permanent color remover is a semi-permanent color remover, and it should work well on all different semi-permanent colors. So that's why I decided to just do a bunch of different brands all over the spectrum, a lot of different shades, so that way nothing was, you know, all the same. We're working with a ton of different vivid brands here. Here is the Color Oops one, and this one is a newer product. It smells pretty good too. It's kind of like the Schwarzkopf one, where it is bleach based, so it does have that bleachy smell to it, but it has perfume in it, so it's not as strong and overpowering. So here's the Color Oops one. I am gonna stagger the rinse off process too, so I'll go ahead and I'll start with the rinse off process down here, and then I'll gradually rinse off one by one, because obviously the first swatch has been processing a little bit longer than the rest, so I do want to account for that when I rinse off all these different colors. L'Oreal Color Zap is up next. We are currently having a snowstorm outside right now, so if you hear like snow plows and stuff, I apologize. They are working overtime right now to take care of all the snow that we're getting. It is so pretty though. I love snow. It's gorgeous. So this Color Zap I have used before and it works extremely well, but it smells so strong. It really does like take your breath away. It's very, very, very strong, but it does work well. I know a lot of people who have vivid hair like to use this as a color remover. Here is the one and only Argan Oil semi-permanent color remover. This is the one that just looks like a gel toner. I have used this one so many times on myself and it works really well. Again, it is very strong. It does take your breath away, but I feel like it's more gentle than the bleach-based ones. This one, like I said, is more of that like jelly base. It smells very, very strong like ammonia. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area when you're using this, but it does work really well, and I do think it creates less damage than the bleach ones do. I don't know any other brands that have a color remover that resembles this one. This one's just a little bit different in the consistency than any other ones I've seen before. Next is L'Oreal Effisol. This one looks very similar to all the other ones we've tried. Pretty typical bleach-based color remover. This one, I tend to go to this one quite often. This is one of my absolute favorites. I think it works extremely well. Once I have these applied, I'll go through and I'll rank my favorite ones, and we'll see what my favorite ones look like compared to the end results. That'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure I have used all of these on myself. The L'Oreal Effisol one, I normally just mix with water and it works amazing at getting color out. This is definitely one of my go-to. It's up there with Schwarzkopf for me. I tried to do a good blend of professional and also not professional color removers. Last one is Strawberry Leopard. This one looks pretty identical to the Beyond the Zone one. All right, let's go in with this one. Again, this one smells pretty close to the Beyond the Zone one. The formulation seems to be pretty close, so it'll be interesting to see how these two compare against each other and if one does a better job than the other or if they're like pretty much the same. Now that everything's applied, I'm gonna run through these and tell you guys my favorite, like top to bottom. I'll just do top four. My top four are the Schwarzkopf, Pulp Riot, L'Oreal Effisol, and then the Argan Oil Color Fix. Those are my top four here. Color Oops is too new. I haven't used it enough. I've only used it 2 times, so I haven't used it enough to see how it works with a whole bunch of different brands. I really do like that though, and it's very, very comparable to the Schwarzkopf one. I just need to use it a lot more to start understanding if it works well with all different brands and stuff. So I'm excited to use that one more in future videos. It looks very, very promising. Those are my top 4 favorite. I'm gonna let these process 30 minutes, rinse them gradually one at a time, so that way the timing is a little bit more even, and I will be right back to show you guys the finished result, and we will see which one of these color removers work the best. We are back, and the results actually shocked me quite a bit, so let me show you what we're working with. All right, here are the finished results. They are in a different order than what they were in before, just because I got mixed up during the rinse out process, but let's run through them. So we have Matrix, So Color Cult here. This is by far the absolute best one out of any of these. The integrity of the hair felt the best. It also was the only one that really removed every single color. So I really, really liked the Matrix So Color Cult. The Schwarzkopf one was also really good, but you can see it did not remove the blue blue out of the end there, so we still have some residual blue. The Beyond the Zone Radical also removed all the color, but this made the hair feel gummy. It was so stretchy, so gummy. It was like ramen noodles. I would definitely not use that with developer. I think if you used it with just water, it probably wouldn't make the hair feel gummy, but I would absolutely not recommend mixing this with even a low volume developer because it made the hair feel so fried and gummy. It did work, but at the cost of your hair, so I would not recommend that one. Pulp Riot also did a phenomenal job. The only color that's really left is a little bit of blue, and there's a little bit of yellow left up here too, but not really. It's mostly just the blue peeking through. Then the Argan Color Fix. This one, remember, was the one that was more of that like gelish, like toner consistency. This removed everything except for the blue, and that to me is very impressive, and the integrity of the hair on this one was definitely the best out of all of them. This one was the most strong out of all of them. It definitely was the least damaged, so this one is also a very, very good contender. Obviously it does not work well on blue, but for all the rest of them it worked extremely well, and also the integrity of the hair is amazing. Here's the Color Oops one. I think this one did an amazing job as well. You can see we do have a little bit of blue left over here, and there's a little bit of yellow up here, but mostly just the blue is peeking through down there at the ends. Then we have Strawberry Leopard. This one was pretty much the same as the Radical one. It didn't work quite as well, but I think if I left it on a little bit longer, it probably would have removed the rest of this blue. And the exact same results with the Strawberry Leopard and with the Beyond the Zone. The hair felt extremely gummy on both of these. So again, I would not recommend the Strawberry Leopard one or the Beyond the Zone one, especially if you're using developer. The L'Oreal Effisol did an okay job. I was actually pretty disappointed with this one. I've used this so many times and I feel like it works so well, but obviously not. It doesn't work as well as some other ones. There is still some yellow, some pretty strong yellow, some green, and some blue in here. So this one was actually ranked pretty low. Then the last one is the L'Oreal Colors app, and this one is probably my second favorite. It got rid of everything. There is a tiny bit of blue down here, but you can barely see that. I mean, it's barely there. It's more of like a gray cast, but it removed everything, and the integrity of the hair on this one was pretty good too. So definitely the So Color Cult and the Colors app are my two top favorites. I'm going to take a video on my phone real quick and run through them. So here you can see that Matrix one completely gone. We have the Schwarzkopf. Everything's gone except for that blue, which it did lighten the blue. The Beyond the Zone, it did good, but the hair feels like crap. Pulp Riot, there's just a little hint down there. We have the Argan. There's quite a bit of blue left here. Here's the Color Oops, just a little bit of blue, but it did lighten quite a bit. Then is the Strawberry Leopard. We still have quite a few colors left in there, and this one made the hair feel so bad. Then we have L'Oreal Effisol, which you can see we still have green and blue and yellow. And then the end one here, the Colors app, completely took everything out of the hair. You can see there's a little grayish silver right there, but not really much. So here's what they look like on my phone. Overall, I'm really, really impressed with this one. This one wasn't even on my radar, and now it's like my favorite. All right, so there are the finished results. This was definitely more successful than the first time I tried comparing different color removers. I'm very, very pleased with the results, and it's good to have a better knowledge of the color removers. So for most colors, I'm probably gonna reach for the Argan Color Fix because it's much more gentle on the hair. It does smell very strong, but it's not like a bleach-based color remover, and it removed all the colors except for red and blue. So I would definitely grab that one if you're dealing with any other color other than blue and red, which you guys saw, none of these got rid of the red. There's only 3 things that get out red semi-permanent color that I found. One is Color Oops, which is my favorite go-to. It's easy to get your hands on. It's very affordable. The other one is Color Undo. They sell that at Sally Beauty. It is more pricey though, but it doesn't smell as bad as Color Oops does. And then the third one is One and Only Argan Oil. They have a color remover that's very, very comparable to Color Undo and Color Oops. It also smells pretty bad. My favorite is Color Oops. It's easy to get your hands on. It's affordable. It's accessible to a lot of people. You can get it online or at Walgreens, Walmart. Like, it's just so easy to just run and grab real quick. Those are the only 3. So I would definitely recommend you guys grab that if you're dealing with red semi-permanent hair color. And those methods are not going to damage your hair. It's not bleaching your hair. It's not going to make your hair snap off. Just follow up with a deep conditioning treatment and then your hair will feel good as new. I'm definitely going to have to stock up on that Matrix So Color Cult. I am extremely impressed with that. A lot of these did a pretty decent job. The only color a lot of them had trouble with is yellow, blue, and red. They do sell this at Sally Beauty, which is nice. They just started selling it a couple years ago, so you guys are able to get your hands on the Matrix So Color Cult. I think they also sell it on Amazon. I will leave a link to the color removers I use in the description down below in case you guys want to go browse them. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. Most of them did a pretty good job. I would definitely stay away from the Beyond the Zone and the Strawberry Leopard one. Those two, I think you could really damage your hair beyond repair if you tried to mix those with developer. I'm not sure if it would feel the same way if you mixed it with just water, but definitely skip out on the developer for those. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am so glad I was able to redo this for you guys and get a better result. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.